Hello, my name is Braland, and my fourth and final presentation is on public speaking apparition. Apparition is pretty much getting scared or getting nervous when you have a big speech to do or just being in front of a big crowd. The first thing I want to tell you about apparition is knowing that you have it. Apparition can vary from individual to individual. It may include physical emotions or mental reactions. Physical emotions pretty much got to deal with flushed skin, butterflies, shaking, sweating, anything in that category let you know that you have physical emotions. As far as the mental reactions, it can come to upset stomachs, feeling nauseous, and giving yourself negative talk about yourself and how you're going to do about your speech, which is a real bad thing to do. More reactions would have to be anticipation, confrontation, and adaptation reactions. Anticipation actually is the level of anxiety when you first start to do your presentation, which really is probably the worst part of doing a speech, because it's the part where you start and you do your introduction and you feel worried and nervous about how you're going to do and stuff like that. And then it comes to confrontation. Confrontation is when you actually started, when you actually don't got a little bit, about 2-3 minutes into your presentation. The anxiety level is still high, but eventually it's going to gradually start to go down because you're getting farther and farther into the speech and you're getting closer to the end. Adaptation reaction is pretty much when you're about 4 or 5 minutes into the presentation and your anxiety level has went down significantly. So you know that you're getting closer to the end. You've been so much into the presentation that you're feeling comfortable, and you know you're going to give a great finish, so you'll know that it's all good. And as you can see right here on this graph, it's pretty much showing you from the pre-start of the presentation until 5 minutes and later on through the presentation. You can see as the anxiety level goes up, it stays constant for about a minute or two, and as it goes down from 3 to 4 to 5, it gradually gets lower and lower, so you start feeling more comfortable about your presentation. The second thing I would like to tell you about is the methods and techniques of apparition. Right now we're going to talk about the methods. One of the big methods that stood out to me was visualization. Also, which is pretty much seeing yourself giving yourself a great speech, knowing that you're going to do good, might give yourself a good little positive talk, to look at yourself in the mirror and gain some confidence about what you're going to do in your speech. So that's pretty much what visualization is. Just visualize that you give yourself the most amazing speech ever just to make yourself feel good. And there's more methods in here, like communication, orientation, motivation, and systematic methods. The techniques for overcoming apparition would be, the first one would be significant time to prepare. That's probably one of the most important ones of all. You need to have your speech done at least, hopefully, a week before you actually present it, so they give you enough time to actually sit there and go over your speech and know what you're going to do and pretty much visualize how your speech is going to go. The next one would be practicing your speech aloud. The best thing you can do in this situation is, get a couple friends, actually go over the speech about 2-3 times, make yourself feel confident about how you know the speech is going to go when you actually did the day you got to present it. The next one would be choose an appropriate time to speak. I know personally the time to speak is not at the end. Most people got a tendency to want to wait because they probably feel better, but it's better to just go on and get it over with. It's better to just do it early as possible, because if you do it toward the end, you're going to be sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, everybody else had a good speech, and now how am I going to do? You start getting worried about how yours is going to be because everybody else has been good. The next one you have to do is positive self-talk. It's always good to give yourself some good self-talking to, because that just helps you gain confidence about how your speech is going to go. Just tell yourself that I'm going to do good, and you know you're going to do good, and that always helps. And the last two things you will have to do is face the audience and focus on your message. It's always important to face your audience. Don't get up there and look all scared and feel like, oh my God, there's a lot of people out here. You stay strong and you face your audience, and everything will be fine. The third thing I want to talk about is gaining confidence. The first thing you need to do is have a plan. That's the most important thing of apparition. Have a plan before you get up there and actually do your speech. That's the most important thing that I think you should need right there, is having a plan. More ways of gaining confidence is in your outline. When you do your outline, it need to be organized, it need to be good, and it needs to be to the point where you know that this is what you're gonna say, and you know your speech is gonna be good. And for my conclusion, I think if you were to just follow some of these rules that I explained to you, gain confidence, face your audience, and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you will have a great speech. Don't be sitting around waiting on people to go and feeling nervous and be sitting in your room thinking about how your speech is going to go because you're feeling nervous about it. Just get up, do it out loud, do it in front of a friend, feel confident about yourself, tell yourself that you can do it, and just pretty much do the best you can, because that's all you can do. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.